We'll bust out the acoustic guitar tonight. See if anybody comes in. Got 9, 10 people in here. No one's chatting though. Ugh. Nothing witty's chatting. You are. You're really first. Hello, youngsters. This is Karen Anderson. Oh, man. Just got the phone with the Schneider guy. Gonna give him a little bit of advice. We could talk about what we were talking about. You've never been first to say anything before. Yep. So, and you and Karen are the only ones talking. This is a BC Rich from the Class Axe era acoustic Warlock. It's acoustic electric, but last time I plugged this in, it didn't work. It gives me something to fidget while we do the open forum. Saturday nights are usually my night to do open forum. And, you know, it's a holiday weekend, so a lot of people are probably celebrating, doing fireworks. This is the time of year when you live in a big city. Is it fireworks or is it gunshots? But, there's a few things we could talk about. Clyde's in the house. Oaster, DA, what's up? Now, this guitar has issues. I can see it's somewhat in tune, but it's the neck. I think is like you look down the neck and it's like. I used to take this on the truck with me. So this is my noodling, guitar. So. Maybe all them bumps you hit made the neck all lumpy. It's the temperature change. That's what affects you. I mean, you can put the guitar in a nice case or on a pillow, which is what I did. But it's the temperature change. That's what messes them up. So, and this guitar's been. I bought this guitar, and then I sold it, and then I bought it back because I regretted selling it. So. Because it's kind of rare. It's not like it's worth money rare, but it is rare. This was the worst era. The Class Act series, that's when they kind of went mainstream, and And this guitar was licensed by BC Rich. It's not actually made by BC Rich. So um, now they do have higher quality acoustics than this, but again, it's more of a novelty guitar than anything else because it's like I'm gonna be metal while playing you a nice folk song. So but this guitar you can tune it to itself and then it just doesn't sound good. For power ballads, yes, Nothing Witty is right. For ballad ballads. John Stroud, happy 4th to you. Ogar, Snorelord. How old were you when you learned to play? I was 12 or so, but I haven't played in many years. Steve Berger, what's up, man? I was about. Well, here's the story about how I got into guitar. So my dad played guitar. He had bands when he was, when I was a kid. He played in country western bands, and he would play the local dive bars. And my very first singing debut was 9 years old, singing "On the Road Again" by Willie Nelson. Can you believe that? A guy that looks like me. That was where I began, right? And it was it was it was fun. Of course, I was like, it's because I sing well, but everybody else, my sisters, they wanted to slow my roll because I had this ego developing. So like, oh, it's only because you're cute, not because you can sing, Anyways, um, so when we moved to Arizona, my dad kind of gave up music, but he still never forgot the ability to play guitar. So instead, what he would do, him and my mom would go to these bars and he would do karaoke or he would do guest singing for bands, but he never had a full band by himself, after a certain point. And I'm leading up to how I started guitar. So one day I was about 16 years old. My dad and mom, they went out every night my dad was home. And we get up in the morning and my dad goes, "Hey, I need you to get something out of the car." I forget what it was. And so I go out to the car for him and there's a guitar sitting in the back seat. And I thought, did my dad just buy me a guitar? Oh, so I go in and I'm like, "Dad, why is there a guitar in the car?" And he's like, "Yeah, bring that in." I'm like, okay. So I brought it in. He's like, "All right, so what this is a buddy of mine was crying on my shoulder and he needed $50. So he handed me this guitar. I gave him $50, but he's going to want that guitar back. So don't get attached to it or nothing." So we kept it in the spare bedroom. And it sat there and I was like, "Hey, Dad, can I kind of mess around with it a little bit?" And one thing led to another. And I worked at Piccadilly Cafeteria, which it was nothing but hippies, musicians, and meth addicts, sometimes all three at the same time. And through that little circle, I found a person to give me lessons. And I bought my first amp, which was a Crate G10. You hear that, Burger? It was a Crate G10. It was like no bigger than that amp you see right there, which that's a little PB bass amp. And it was point of no return at that time. So so I was about 16, 17 years old. I know that was a long way to give that answer, but hey, it gave me some material. So Someday you'll learn to play. Piccadilly and Morrison's. I think when I worked at Piccadilly, number one, I started one of my first bands at Piccadilly. We all worked there, and I think at one point we counted there was like 6 guitar players, 3 bassists, several vocalists, 3 drummers. I mean, we could have done like a whole powerhouse band, thing. And a couple of guys gave lessons on the side. A couple of guys had professional bands that they did in addition to working there, and other guys were potheads trying to make ends meet. And and so we formed a band called Cyanide Rainbow. And that was before the name Rainbow means what it means now. But we were very unique. We were kind of ahead of our time. I know that sounds egotistical, but we did the 2 vocal thing before any other bands were doing it. We were mixing clean vocals with death vocals before anybody was really doing it. We were mixing different styles. We'd go from like a Nirvana sounding thing to a black metal sounding thing. We can go from a Metallica sounding thing to a funk sounding thing. I mean, we were kind of ahead of our time. I did the lower growly vocals. The bass player did the higher raspy black metal style vocals, and we could have gone somewhere, but alcohol and played a factor in a couple of members, or at least in one, and so it never went anywhere, even though we practiced our butts off, and at the time grunge came in. We were talking about grunge the other day. Grunge kind of came in, and now no one wanted to deal with metal bands, whether they were thrash or extreme, or especially extreme metal bands, and at one point we added a singer that did the power metal type, but high pitch, like I don't know, like King Diamond type stuff, and it worked okay for a minute, but we lost all of our fan base, and that singer had he had issues, and so he can never be sober enough. When we tried him out, he was clean and sober, and he kicked butt. It was awesome, but then he just never took care of his voice. He never took care of himself. His personal life was always in shambles. So that band kind of fizzled out at the end of the day. And then I would join a couple of bands. We do, and then finally Apnea was formed, and then that lasted about 16 years. So that's a pretty good run for a band. So whatever, Burger, you're just faking for compliments, fishing for compliments. That Ninja, what's up? Spooby, yo, I'm here, start over. John Armstrong, I'm sleeping but listening. I don't like to fish, it's boring. Haven't been fishing forever, used to love it. Ever since I got hit by a fish, I lost interest, but my son likes it, so I take him. I miss fishing with my dad. I think Big Rig CO and we went fishing. He took me out on his boat, and that was fun. Hadn't done that in a long time. Hadn't been on a boat fishing since my dad passed away. We did hang out with another family on a pontoon boat, just dragging the kids around on tubes, because that's what you do in the Ozarks. You put kids on these inflatable things and drag them behind the boat and hope for the best. That's what we do here in the Ozarks. And that was fun, but we didn't fish, so that was what we did for anniversary last year. So 2290, yeah, I got to do that. Hey Jeff, I saw what you called. It's funny, Jeff. I called you back, and I got out of the shower, and I saw that you called, and I called you back, and you didn't answer, right? So I left you a voicemail saying, "Hey Jeff, I saw that you called. I just got out of the shower," which was true, But But then I looked at what time you called. It was 12:45, and I told my wife, I said, well, now Jeff thinks I take 6 hour long showers. So I hope it wasn't anything important. You were on the tractor. Well, at 12:45 I was outside too. I was on my tractor. I have a tractor too, Jeff. I was on my riding mower that I just newly acquired through family and was taking care of the other house. And then the belt came off, and so that kind of put a death to that. But guess what else I got? Jeff, I bought new lawn equipment today. I bought a DR trimmer, one of those big push mower type weed eaters that kills brush. I bought one of those. What are you doing in the shower for 6 hours? I wasn't in the shower for 6 hours. I was just saying that Jeff might have that impression since I said, sorry, Mr. Call. I was in the shower. You know, and not realizing that the missed call was from 12:45. So he must have called when I was out on my tractor. So all right, so long day today, got to sleep. John, I'll be sure to not leave this up so you'll suffer later. The Who, what's up? 2290. I got to get mine taken care of as well. You're on the tractor. I know 8 hours later. Let's see. What are you doing? Okay, we already read that. You smashed your hood. What are you doing with that tractor? Jeffrey needs some alone time while thinking about Roscoe. What's that mean? We talk about the Who. I was worried about James the other night towards the end. All of us were telling him to go to bed. The Who fell and hit his head. No, that's how he is normally, the Who. Or Jeff. The Who always sounds like he fell and hit his head. You should hear him on Zello. The only time he makes sense is when he's speaking redneck. When he puts a hick accent, he speaks fluent English. It's crazy. He'll say one of his jokes, but then he'll do it in the hick style. We're like, oh, that's actually funny because we can understand what he's saying. It's crazy. You guys remember that Godzilla 1998 movie where the French guy had to speak like Elvis, so he'd look like he could speak English. That was to get rid of the accent. That's the Whole, except replace Norway with or wherever you're from with from France. This is PG-13, I could tell you, but what about Esberger's innocence? Esberger has no innocence. I gotta play your song. What was the chord progression again? It was A. This Berger, you need to fix this guitar. Like, I'll tune it to itself. That's a little loud. But then it'll sound okay on one chord, but then it sounds bad there, right? C, A minor, F, G. C, so we got. Now you're gonna get that song in my head. I can get the bass out. You guys want to see the bass? I'll be right back. We got the bass guitar. It is also a Warlock. It's got like a sunburst blue. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is really dusty. I'm gonna have to yell at my wife for that. So you can do the. Wait, no, it goes. This is tuned really low. It's tuned to low B. This is tuned to apnea's tuning. This bass guitar has not been touched or moved in over a year or so. Still in tune. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? BC Rich, baby. What? I'm playing the bass.
I need to dust that thing.
I do. You do. I told him I was ashamed of it. Oh, don't cry. My wife's funny. This is a big. This is an NJ series, so it's not a China thing. It's a oh crap. I'm now not to be monetized because I said that. This is if you guys want to become better guitar players, learn to play bass, and it'll strengthen up your fingers. We need to hear Mrs. Lord of Snore Jam. There's a video somewhere of us playing a song with no vocals, and you can see. I think you can see my wife. She's very camera shy. But yeah, that's the bass. But so I had an interesting conversation with the Snyder guy tonight. Okay, and I won't reveal who it is because I don't want to put them out there. But you know, he might talk about it on his own. He's a YouTuber. It's not Burger. So you know, he was asking about the Schneider low board, and he's only been there a couple of months, and Burger, what?
What's that about Burger wants to go on tour?
I don't know. I'm doing a video here.
Sorry.
Quit changing the subject.
Catch up on the comments.
All right, the big eye roll. You got the 13 like, awesome. Cassius King, what's up, man? Glad to see you in here. Let the wife play. She hasn't played in a while. She's very shy. But anyways, yeah, I wish I was retired, Matt. Anyways, what I told him was this. I told him different ways that I looked at the low board, you know, low board strategies. I referred him to Steve Berger's video about the low board strategies. You know, he knows Big Rig CO. He knows Charles Anderson, you know, which, you know, those two guys aren't at Schneider anymore, but their information is still relevant. And I said, look, 2 months is not long enough to learn anything. You didn't learn how to drive a truck in 2 months. You didn't learn how to do anything you know in 2 months. And so, number one thing that it takes at Schneider and even spot market or anywhere else is patience. Okay. And after a certain amount of time, you start to see the patterns, you start to see the trends, you start to see how the low board works and lives and eats and breathes, you know. And the higher it costs, the more you got to be on that low board, right? I said, so if you have two guys at Schneider, both have Schneider finance trucks, they could be identical trucks. Both looking at the same low board, both look live in the same area. You talk to one, and he'll be like, "Oh, this place sucks. I hate it. It's you can't make any money here. You know, Snyder's got this rigged and that rigged and da 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 da." And then you talk to the other guy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing really well. My truck's almost paid off, and you know, I'm home every weekend, and you know, I love it here. You know, they have the same tools. Okay? Let's do a little test. Trucker's coach does this. He'll test his crowd. What's the main difference between those two drivers? What they have the same truck, the same load board, the same costs. What is the difference between the two of them? What is it? If you get the answer right, I will play a riff. Until then, this guitar stays silent. Whoops. Let the wife play, says Jeff. I didn't say Pale Rider was a company driver. What are you talking about, Daniel? Get the wife in here to tell her we will super chat for playing. Well, she is watching, so she's more interested in Steve Berger talking about touring. It takes a good few months to get it down. The whole giving Daniel crap. Consistency. Nope. I mean that's key. But what is the biggest difference between the two drivers? No one's playing favorites. There you go. Steve Berger got it. It's the outlook. You're gonna get out what you put in it. If you have it's same spot market's the same way. If you call every broker with the intention that that broker is the enemy, and that Jeff, if she sees that super chat, you know, she has to respond to it. You made me lose my train of thought, Jeff. Thanks a lot. If whether you're spot market, Schneider, any of that, spot market, if you call the brokers with the intention that they're the enemy and that they're stealing money from you and that they're all a bunch of crooks, guess what? You're going to call with that negative attitude. They're going to sense on that, and they may not want to work with you. It might be your reality, but if you call with a pleasant attitude and you see them as a business partner, and you know, and this is how you're getting your money, then you might get a little bit more money. You know, you can't, you know, only crap draws flies. You know, you want to attract, you know, you want to attract positive things to you. So it's outlook, it's attitude. You know, there's a lot of people at Schneider that absolutely hated everything they did. They didn't do very well. So sometimes they would do well, and then, you know, it could be one thing, like one customer gets lost, and all the Frito-Lay loads that they were doing suddenly disappears, and now suddenly it's like, oh, Schneider sucks now, you know, whereas before they were awesome. I believe my wife, Jeff, hasn't touched the bass in a long time, and she does not know how to play guitar. Is it true those lunchbox cookers will burn your truck down? Yes, it is true. The whole. If anybody wants to get out of truck payments, 4 more minutes. Come on, boss Snorelord. Jeff, I'm gonna have to get your money back. She ain't coming in here. She's seeing the chat right now. She ain't coming in here. I could teach her the bass line to Steve Berger's song.
I'm covered in raw bacon.
Yeah. Oh no, bring that in here. Show Jeff that you're not just full of it. Look, my wife is eating carnivore now, and
I'm not. No, but I am cooking bacon, and I'm in the middle of something, and I just started this. So sorry.
I'm gonna have to cash out Jeff back all that money.
Minus the 30% that YouTube took. That was
Oh,
his own
yeah.
fault for sitting in its for YouTube. Don't refund that part, because
I'll give you your $7 back, Jeff. You'll have to go to Google for the rest of it. But see, she's covered in bacon grease. And no one with bacon grease is allowed to touch my guitar. Thank you, Alan G. Hey, Alan, you still live at the same address from when you sent me that hoodie? No, Jeff, she's cooking bacon. She's not going to come in here and play bass. You're just going to have to sell with me. All right, Alan. What size shirt you wear? My song is going to be our first hit. $40 for 4 minutes. That's better than tricking. No, that's better than trucking. I don't know. I think I make a little bit more money than that. Oh, well, she's smart. 30% refund. She is. Look, my wife pays attention. She watches all my videos because she's my #1 fan. And, she wants to learn about as much of this world as possible. And she doesn't want to just take my word for it. So she likes reading the comments and everything else. $40 trucking. $40 for 4 minutes is better than like Convoy's detention rate, right? So you got there. Most brokers are paying $40 an hour. But yeah, there's no telling how long she's gonna. If I know her, she's probably still drenched in bacon grease, so she doesn't have to play. So when Steve's wife can't find the remote, she combs Steve's beard. See, the whole that's the kind of joke that people like kind of wonder what's wrong with you. I got 35, it's a joke. You got 35 an hour on your detention, Cascade? Which I guess I forgot to call you back. You called me on the wrong phone, Cascade. You want 5 pieces of bacon then? I will send you. Here's what I'll do, Jeff. I will send you $40 worth of that pre-cooked bacon that you get at Walmart, because it's shelf stable, right? Even though they put it in the refrigerator, it's shelf stable. I will send that to you in Michigan, since Michigan can't open their stores yet. I've been told to either start or stop doing drugs. I would agree with you, the Hool. Where's ukulele? I don't have a ukulele yet. I've got books on how to play a ukulele. But here's what I want. You guys, if you guys are feeling generous, let me do this. Heavy metal ukulele. I want one of those Dean ukuleles. Oh, I think there's let's do images here. Oh, I like that one better. That second one. I like that one. I can hear myself in the other room. I thought BC Rich had a couple. There's another good one right there. That's what I want. That's the kind of ukulele I want right there. So when you guys are feeling generous, send me that. And I'll play that on live feeds instead of this thing. I donated 20 towards it now, or 14 after YouTube cut. I guess I should get the video back here. Metal Slide. Dimebag Snorelord now on a ukulele. They're trying to make a Dimebag ukulele. Dean makes one. They're not trying. They make one. Let's see here. Let's see. Dean ukulele. There you go, Burger. Right there. You don't have that in your collection, Mr. Dimebag superfan. $219. That's why is it blasphemy? Can't Hawaiians play Pantera too? Go on YouTube and search. Turn on your phone for there in the kitchen there, wife. If $219 for a ukulele. I wouldn't pay $219 for it, but it's still pretty cool. If the filing today, do I owe anything, Jeff? Is that why you call me? Because you're frustrated at my IFTA report? I'm assuming it wasn't important because you haven't called me since. And you're trying to give me money on YouTube. Cascade too busy for steak. I wanted to buy Jeff a good steak, but he didn't call me back. Yeah, man. Jeff was too busy smashing his tractor in his backyard. I swear, he's got decks falling apart. His pool's falling apart. He's trying to finish all these projects, and he's failing miserably. So that's probably why you didn't answer my call or your call, Cascade. Speaking of steaks, Walmart's getting stupid with their steak prices. Let's see. It was $2,000. What part of that do you want to cover? Jeff, I owe you many steaks for all you've done for me, at least. Let me try. People can't play the songs right on 6 strings, let alone play them on 4. I don't know, man. Greg Wilson, he does decent on the ukulele. I mean, I don't see him playing Pantera, but look, if you type in heavy metal ukulele covers on YouTube, they're all over the place. It's like a thing. I could start a ukulele heavy metal channel and probably have way more views than what I get on this one. Then I'd have to learn something new, and that's hard. I was talking about having a good attitude earlier, and I don't practice what I preach. I have a crappy attitude with everything. I'm a pessimist. Truck will need some maintenance. What are you saying, Jeff? Oh, because it's a PACCAR? Cascade doesn't visit me. Even though there's a lot of loads come out of Joplin that goes to his area, or Kansas City. You learn my song and your channel will explode with views. do the heavy emotion version of Steve Berger's song. All right. Look at Cascade, Brown Nose, and Jeff. Smoothie, I was a big fan of Dimebag Strip Club. I used to see them play in a small club in Fort Worth before they got big. Half glass, half full glass, and I say at least it is half full. Come over and help build a shop. You have a shop, Jeff. What'd you do? Okay, let me guess. You smashed the hood of the tractor because you crashed into the shop. So now you need a new tractor and a new shop. Is that what you're saying, Jeff? Is that what's going on? He used to be Ned Flanders on MDMA. Now he'll stab you for telling him good morning. Who are you talking about, the whole? Daniel Adami. The whole, don't believe James' best hype about the negative hype about the PACCAR. You can't take someone dogging PACCAR if he's never driven one. That's like me like saying that a Freightliner Cascadia is crappy, which I guess I have said that, but I have driven a Cascadia though. It was a day cab, and it was kind of lame. I need you to build me a 60 by 100 shop. Where are you going to put it? Oh, the whole, you hate Ford too. I have 2 Fords, matter of fact. Thank you very much. You know what makes my Ford better than most Chevys? It's paid off. On land. Well, I didn't think you were going to build one on the water. I mean, you are around the Great Lakes, but... Did you buy some land? Do we have a light trucking headquarters yet? Let's see what Spoopy says. I drove a 2019 Cascade for almost a year. I can safely say that crap. Yeah, the only truck I haven't driven is a Mack. And the only engine Prostar. I haven't driven a Prostar, which, yeah. No, I have drove a Prostar. I take it back. I drove a Prostar day cab. So the only truck I haven't driven is a Mack. Besides the old ones like Autocar and Marmon, that stuff. But they don't make those anymore. Oh, and a Western Star. I haven't driven a Western Star. That's coming in the spring of 2022. Good, because parking at your house is a pain in the butt, Jeff. Although there is that neat truck stop about 7 miles away. They're very nice, but their showers were kind of scary, like Psycho movie type scary. I used to be tasked with having 2 Fords roadworthy. Yeah, you're right. Mack is basically a Volvo now. I like the new Macks. I don't like the insides as much as I thought I would, though. I got inside one when I was shopping for trucks. I was like, this is too small. Reek, stamp. Yep. I like the look of their grill. It's aggressive. Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like should I put a driver lounge and a shower in there in case the contractor wants to stay over? Yes. Transland does. Snyder does. Landstar does. So you can do it too. How you feel? Hey, if the price is right, Steve, I'll trade you. What are you gonna drive then, Steve? You'll put a you put a snore lounge. We can put a a jukebox in there, and I'll supply the CDs for the jukebox. Well, I guess jukeboxes are now MP3s. I can make that happen though. In Steve's defense, the toilet paper is the good kind, not the wet sand stolen from Pet Boys. Guitars on the wall, so Burger come over. There you go. We can do that. I'm like, okay, so if you want me to help you build the shop, can I like design things? Can I like paint the walls the way I want it and decorate it the way I want it? I'm getting out of trucking. I'm going to go a monk. Steve, you joke, but we had a guy over here that did that. The guy that used to drive Jeff's Volvo, he became a monk. He was like, this trucking stuff's for the birds. I'm out. Stocked with Charmin. Yes. We spare no expense. Here's how I imagine the Like Trucking Lounge, Jeff. You ready? Here it goes. Have you guys seen Jurassic Park, right? And when they went around the whole facility and they were in the restaurant and everything, and he said, I spared no expense. That's what I imagine the Jeffrey Like Lounge will be. It'll even have a big sign on the wall. We spare no expense. And it will have the best food. It'll have the best showers that like makes pilot look like dumps, which pilots are dumps, but so that won't be hard. But there'll be a person with a nice warm wet towel for you, so you can wipe off your face. There'll be pillows that you can sit on and sleep. You could sleep in there. Jeff, I'm with you. I'll help you build this shop. I will design it in a way that will attract all the contractors you want. They'd be like, you know what? I'm going to Like Trucking because they got the best lounge up there in Nowheresville, Michigan. It'll be awesome. Yeah, no vegetarians. If you're vegan or vegetarian, do not apply it Like Trucking. If you're anti-gun and anti-meat, do not apply it Like Trucking. Yes, give me a Dogecoin and a hot dog just for showing up. You finally had a good joke. Good on you. Good on you. Must be something about Volvo that makes you buy Jesus. You never know. Sleep Master mattress. Smoothie. That's funny. Gross, but funny. New guitar, hey? Burger signs on the spring. He gets a new guitar, so one of those buying. I'll tell you this, Jeff. If Burger comes to Like Trucking, I will buy him that Dean ukulele to add to his dime bag collection. I will buy that for him if he comes over here. Show up and we'll shoot guns and barbecue. You're not allowed to play with guns? Maybe not on your own, but you would have adult supervision, Steve Berger, if you came to Nowheresville, Michigan to shoot guns. Or Missouri. I could take you out shooting. That's what I intend on doing tomorrow. I've got a 22 I'm gonna shoot a few things with. No, Steve's not a felon. He's just nervous. Steve Berger, I was once nervous around guns and kind of went ballistic here lately. Literally. Ha. Bad joke. But no, Steve is not a felon. Steve doesn't even drink. Steve is more of a saint than the rest of you yahoos in this. Yeah, guns are bad temper. I would not want Steve to carry a gun on the truck. Number one, Schneider disallows it. And number two, I've seen him angry, and you wouldn't like him when he's angry. One of the best voicemails I ever got came from Steve Berger at his angriest. He had to do a 7-drop trailer drop just to get to his trailer. He was so mad. I think there's a MP3 file of that. I would play it for you, but there would be many people that would be offended. And yeah, it wouldn't be good. YouTube would shut my channel down. It's that bad. That's how mad he was. Okay, Spooby. I'll take you up on that. See, Burger. That was a small sample of what my poor virgin ears heard that one day. He was cursing things that had nothing to do with dropping hooks. That's how mad he was. Give him a Kohl's card, right, Jeff? Yeah. See, I'm giving Steve. Look, I've given Steve PTSD. Maybe he shouldn't be playing with guns. I've triggered him. I'm sorry, Steve. Play the forbidden riff, I dare you. No. Did a pallet load in my van the other day, clean the yard, load the stuff, truck the stuff, and unload the stuff at the dump. What was it, like 5 pallets, the Hool? Burger, I will get you a... You can't... You're going to give him a Black Rain AR? Alright, so... Are you going to give him a Black Rain AR just for signing on, Jeff? Because if that's the case... Steve and I, what we'll do is Steve will come on and then he'll just give me that AR-15. Greenhouse. Jeff hasn't even given me a box of ammo. All he's given me is a coffee mug, a Hot Logic, and a hard time. Steve outside long enough to get a free gun. There you go, Spooby. He loves Schneider guys. We love Schneider guys over here. The Hool, how many pallets were you pulling? I imagine the Hool was... You guys, you American truck drivers, you've seen this, right? The hot shot that has... No, not even a hot shot. It's like a Ford Ranger with one of them 5x8 flatbed trailers, and they got like that stack of pallets that's not quite stacked right with one loose strap over it. That's what I imagine the Hool hauling pallets with. That's what I imagine when the Hool says he hauled pallets. Is that scenario right there? I filled the Sprinter van to the top, front to back. See, the Hool, you went back to weird jokes again with that pumpkin spice joke. Oh, and the Hool has announced that he is a swinger. So, good luck with that lifestyle there, the Hool. Whatever floats your boat. You're a tiny door swinger. There's a joke in there, but I'm going to keep it to myself there, the Hool. Because we're a PG-13 channel. Lord Snore, how the hell do they disconnect the trailer and get it 30 feet from the truck to pull it out of the ice hole in the movie? Did you watch? Steve Berger, the best part of the movie is when the trucks flipped over and there was no damage to the mirrors or the smokestacks, okay? And the truck battle that magically turned the W990s to a T680s. That was the best parts of that movie. Snorelord, do you get a chance to see my truck? No, I have not. I'm behind on a lot of videos. I have 3,000 seats for you so the boss can plant a farm. Well, Steve, all true perverts use roll-up tailgates or lift gates. I did see the truck in, was it Eric's video that interviewed you when you guys were trying to decide what color for the tanks? I did see that. Yeah, it's a nice truck. What about the winch pulling the truck and trailers back up? Right? Look, when the trucks rolled on their side in the very beginning of the movie, I knew that this movie was going downhill fast because usually you don't roll trucks over till the end of the movie. Duh. Right? Now, Convoy, the truck flipped over on its side, but that was literally an accident. That was not meant to happen. And so they put it in the movie. And then pulling it, look, and the other part was when he pulled his brother out of the ice, and they're all soaked to the bone, right? But they get in the truck, and by the time they, get to the end of the trip, they're all like bone dry and stuff. Nice. Did you leave the end of the tanks polished? Because I agree with the polished tanks. Have you guys pulled a load with it? Oh, and check this out. That new bill that was just passed in one of the houses, all new trucks have to have collision mitigation systems from here on out. So there's that. So if you're old school and don't like collision mitigation systems and you need a new truck, you're SOL. What's it got in it, engine-wise, Nevada? Ooh, that's a nice pickup behind it. Is that your Ford F-150? See, Nevada, I knew there was a reason why I liked you. You like guns and you have an F-150. You just got hit, Daniel? Are you okay? The only disadvantage with that truck, Nevada, the big truck, is in wintertime, you gotta go through that snowstorm. You're gonna be sad because you can't watch your truck for a week. Nice truck like that always demands truck washes. And then you will watch the truck wash people like a hawk because they will damage the truck if you're not watching them. Well, that's a nice truck. You guys want to see it? Just in case you're not subbed to Nevada. Was it a Werner truck? Cummins 565. Yeah, Raptors are nice. I don't even want to ask what you paid for the Raptor. I don't even want to know. You can text it to me, I guess, but I know it's out of my price league. I can probably afford a Raptor in 20 years from now. Home until the 10th. You guys are in a good situation. I mean, husband and wife teams can do really good. I wish my wife could drive because we could, husband and wife teams can make a lot of money right now. When the ELD mandate first happened, it really threw a lot of schedules, everybody's schedules off, and teams did really good. And when you have a super solo, like kind of like a husband and wife can be, you've got you can do an 800-mile trip in one day and get a load delivered, and brokers love that. And when a lot of these brokers are waiting until last minute to book these loads because they're trying to get the rate as low as possible, so they keep pushing the load the next day and the next day, and finally the customer says, enough, we want this stuff now. That's where that's where you see the loads on the DAT board. It's need a team, or high security loads where someone has to be with the truck at all times. Those are good. I knew Landstar couples that did really well doing that. So husband and wife team is perfect because the income's going in the same spot, and if you can literally double your money versus a single truck, man, you can do a 5-year plan and retire pretty much. Depending on how things go. 389, we're around 218K. I need to get caught up in paperwork and load the truck up tonight. That's fun. That's always fun to load the truck up. Bought a Raptor a year ago, 2018. It was 67. That's crazy. $67,000. My wife could drive all the way to the scene of the accident. Dennis, that's not nice. I remember how much of a lemon our new Ranger was. It was a big clue when the sales weasel was like, oh, it's really a Mazda, honest. That's the old Rangers, though. The Hool. I don't mind Grandma driving that truck. It's a good view. 62 miles per hour is comfortable. Look, when you drive like 68, 70 everywhere, it's more stressful because of all the 63 mile per hour trucks. So you might as well just set the cruise on 63 and just call it a day. Just like wave at people as they flip you off. I had one time, that company Premier, I think they're out of Ohio somewhere. Those guys are always doing 90 to nothing. One of them one day criticized me for going slow. And I said, unless you're writing my checks or paying for my fuel, I think it's none of your business how fast or slow I go, because I wasn't in your way. And all he did was pass me and then get off at the next exit. Like, he couldn't wait 3 seconds to stay behind me and then get off the exit. He's one of those guys. So that should show you how lame that was. Old Ford inline 6 300 CI is among the best engines ever made. I had a straight 6 F-150. It was a 95, and I kind of regret selling that truck now. Rudyard, Kipling. I've noticed I can keep the manifold under 20. I've seen it go over when I get on the freeway. I never go over 65. Last month I averaged 9 miles to the gallon. Yeah, those new Volvos get killer mileage. Those pink Volvos that Steve... Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I revealed the color of your truck. Those Volvos get great fuel mileage. Provost has pointed that out as well. It's covered at 75. I'm not going to change parameters. No, I've had my truck up to 80 one time. It was when I was at Schneider, and it was a 70 zone, so it was only 10 over. But what that was me proving a point to guys that were judging me by the color of my trailer. They were racist. So Rush Truck Centers will not change parameters anymore. They had liability lawsuits when guys were running the tires off. Yes, tires only rated for a certain speed. Last year they made them was 95. Okay, well that's what I had. I had it was a regular cab F-150 V6 straight six. It was a standard, and that truck did many band gigs and everything else. But I was tired of not having room in the inside, so I traded it with some money for a 95 F-150 King Cab with a V8. And I also liked that truck, but it started acting wonky, so I got the one I got now. I got that about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and I've had that pickup ever since. Now, I will drive this one till the wheels fall off, and then I'll probably get something newer. So, LOL, Steve says straight. The who? You're back to not making sense again. But, anyways, guys, we've been at this for over an hour, and I'm getting tired of talking, and I'm sure my wife probably is ready to go to bed if she's not still covered in bacon grease. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for the super chats, Jeff. I'm sorry you did not get what you wanted. And I'm sorry your trailer smashed. And I'm sorry that you couldn't buy Cascade a steak. The speedometer only goes to 80. New truck guide. I've never seen a truck speedometer go over 80. So getting plates and setting up IFTA in Nevada is a college course. Yes, that is true in Nevada. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed your night, except for Daniel Adami. I hope you're okay. Yeah, so have a good, happy 4th of July, guys. You know, guys with muskets and cannons allowed us the freedom that we enjoy today. So, you know, I'll answer Spooby's question because it allows me to make a smart aleck remark. You guys don't have fireworks going off. Sounds like Chicago over here. Spooby, for a minute, it did sound like Chicago. And I believe it might have been the local baseball stadium. So, anyways, bacon grease is on a whole new level. It is. It is. Look, by the way, guys, change your health. You know, what good's these nice trucks if you can't change your health? Stop eating the crap that, nice truck number. Stop eating the crap that these people have conditioned you to eat. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Have a good 4th, and I will see you next week. Peace.